As we talk about fall, we are going to get into one of our fall segments here that we usually do. So we are back for today's beauty segment. We'll call this Makeup with Meg. Let's call that segment that. And fall, of course, in full swing right now. So it's time to maybe refresh your makeup look, your routine with those warm and those cozy vibes, those bold trends too. So whether you're looking for a makeup, or whether you're a makeup pro, I should say, or just looking for some fresh ideas, we have all of those tips here for you to elevate and step up your fall beauty game. So let's dive into those fall makeup trends. Of course, we have our Megan McKenzie here. She is a journalist here at First Alert 4, as well as a beauty influencer. As always, we are so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's get into it. We are talking about elevating that look. So what's the most important step before we actually jump into doing your makeup look?
So first, the most important step is the skincare routine. So you want to make sure that your skin is hydrated and moisturized for that glowing skin, which is the most important foundation, because especially fall looks, because fall brings drier weather, so hydration is going to be key. So yeah, number one, start with a nourishing moisturizer, and if you have dry skin, focus on a hydrating primer that will help your makeup stay fresh and dewy all day long. And one key trend this fall is, again, the natural glowy skin.
Yeah.
So a primer that adds a little luminosity is a must, and a hydrating primer with a subtle glow, and it's like prepping your canvas for a masterpiece.
Yeah, and speaking of moisturizers, I'm like thinking about what do I have in my beauty cabinet that really works for me. One of the things I think you're going to talk about is the La Roche-Posay. I have that moisturizer. It also has like an SPF sunscreen to it, and so people always tell me you need to get a good sunscreen.
Yes.
And so I use that, and that's one of my favorite ones.
Yes, and all ages can use sunscreen. That's a common myth, you know. You shouldn't use sunscreen too much, but everyone should, just to keep their skin moisturized and protected from the sun as well.
Yeah, and then primer-wise, I'm trying to think. I don't think I use a primer, so yes, help me.
Okay.
Help me find a good one.
So the primer is important after your skincare because it's going to set that makeup for the rest of the day. One of my favorite primers is the NYX Hydro Grip Primer. It gives you a smooth base, and it makes your skin glowy, and it just locks that makeup in all day long.
Yeah, for sure. And so we'll get into the next one. What are some of our foundation tips?
So again, for this fall, we're embracing the dewy look. Matte foundations are still in, but we're going to highlight a fresh, radiant finish. So think lightweight foundations with a medium coverage that allow your skin to shine through. And if you have combination skin, focus on a dewy finish in the outer areas of your face and lightly set your T-zone with a translucent powder. One of my favorite powders is from Huda Beauty, and it gives you that flawless filter effect.
Yeah, and then Morphe is a good one. I use
They're
that
amazing.
one. Yeah. So, okay, definitely, that's a good one. So let's get into blush and bronzer now.
So fall is all about the warmth, so we're going to add some color back into our face with warm golden or even reddish brown tones to mimic that sun-kissed glow. Also, cream blush and bronzers are perfect for this look because they contribute to the glowy, dewy skin.
Yeah, so any recommendations, I guess, for blush or bronzer?
So on TikTok, blushes and bronzers that have gone viral include the NYX Liquid Blush and Bronzer, and also a lot of the girls love the Patrick Tar blush also.
I haven't heard that one.
Yes, so in their palette, they have a cream blush and also a powder blush. So you can do your cream first and then do your powder on top.
Yeah, and then, so let's get into the eye makeup trends. What about that one?
So for the eye makeup trends, we're embracing those beautiful warm shades. So think rich browns, burnt oranges, deep golds, and burgundies. Also, the smoky eye is a popular trend you can work with, and for the fall you can use shades of orange, copper, and even brown. To add a little bit more shimmer, you can use a sparkly eyeshadow and apply it to the center of your lid. And for eyeliners, which are very popular this season, colorful eyeliners, you can use burgundy, dark green, and even bronze.
Yeah, and when I think about the shimmer, I'm thinking about okay, so fall, we're getting into the holidays too, like Thanksgiving, maybe you're going to holiday parties, and
Yes.
so that adds a little bit of sparkle or touch there.
Yes, and even a pop of red.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Gorgeous.
So what about for the lips? What are colors that are popular for the lips?
So for the lips, we're going to focus on deep reds, berry tones, and even brownish nudes. A classic fall trend that's making a comeback this year is the berry lip. So think rich plums and burgundies that look sophisticated yet bold. And if you're not into bold lips, don't worry. You can also embrace warmer nude shades with a hint of brown. Also, one key step here is applying lip liner just to keep your lipstick looking very neat. And don't forget to hydrate your lips with a moisturizing balm.
Yeah, that's a good point too. So all of this, once you got the makeup look, all of it together, how do you make it? You touched on this a little earlier. How do you just make it last?
So to make your makeup last, use a dewy setting spray. This will help you lock in your makeup while keeping that fresh, glowy finish. Plus, it'll keep you flawless all day long. One of my favorite options is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is perfect for moisture, and you can use it throughout the day to just have your makeup looking fresh again.
Yeah, and then I think for me, one of the things, now that I'm thinking about it, that really helped me out is the Charlotte Tilbury, their HD setting powder finish.
Yes.
I forget what the exact title is,
Yes.
but I just put my makeup on and then I put a little over, and it creates like a very smooth finish.
Yes, for that flawless filter finish. You can also combine these two setting sprays. So the Morphe is to keep it lasting all day, but the Charlotte is just to blend all your makeup together to make it look more seamless.
Yeah, very good tip, because I think sometimes you think you got to use just one setting, like powder or spray or the other, but actually for me, I have very oily skin, and so the more that I can use to set my makeup, that really helps with my skin.
Yes, and just lock it in together.
Yes.
And then you can also use a small fan while that spray is drying, or you can, use a classic paper.
Or your hands.
Yeah.
That's a really good tip you don't think about. So yeah, altogether we got a lot of great tips from you for the fall. So hopefully you guys took away some good things. Those simple steps, those fall trends will instantly elevate that makeup routine, that makeup look. Keep you looking fab all season long, from that glowing skin to the warm tone blushes and the berry lips. We went through a lot of that stuff today, and so I always want to give a shout out, let people know how they can connect with you here. If you want to connect with Megan, that's her YouTube, Megan Jade, or you can go to her Instagram, Beauty by MJ. As always, so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we will be looking forward to the next segment, so catch us here at the Digital News Desk at our Makeup with Meg segment on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, whenever she wants to come and visit and give me and you guys some tips. It's always helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and so we're going to go ahead and head back outside, take a live look from our BJC Skycam network there over the Arch in downtown St. Louis. 51 degrees is your temperature and 8:12 on this Thursday morning. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have your news headlines and a lot more here at the Digital News Desk.